Hello guys, welcome to another interesting segment with your favorite host Sarah on AtikuLive, social trends as usual. And I have with me
your favorite Pony Vacanista.
Don't steal my line, please. All right. Guys, I'm sure like this morning was really cold. I can't be the only one that thought like it was really raining very early this morning already.
Yeah, but
you can't relate. Don't worry. You're probably cruising in your Lambo. You can't relate.
Hopefully.
All right, guys. We have a lot of premium gist to give to you guys. So there's the trend of the talk of the senator, the House of Rep senator.
The Speaker
Ogun State House of Rep. Yeah, he was arrested. We have that of a man who wanted to sell his mother's car. We have Senator Okowa talking to Peter Obi. We have a lot of things to talk about today. So let's just dive right in, guys. Let's start with that of the Senator, House of Reps. That's in person of
Olakunle Oluomo.
Yes. So he was arrested allegedly on the 1st of September. There's no official report from the EFCC, although there's a lot of speculations going on, and we have to bring this to you guys, and obviously when there are more reports we keep bringing it up. So far what we've been able to gather was that he was arraigned at the airport in Lagos State yesterday, 1st of September, and according to reports he has been called in by the EFCC severally on some charges that were laid against him, and he did not come for this. They called him severally and he didn't come in, according to reports.
Yeah, well, before we go into the topic, let's look at it very well. The name Oluomo is the name of the Speaker of Ogun State Assembly, and also the name of a famous Lagos strongman, MC Oluomo.
Yes,
and
true.
They both make the headline for the wrong reasons. So while one is about Togri and NUTRW street fight, the other one is financial misappropriation, allegedly. Though the EFCC is yet to come up with official reports, but it was alleged that the words on the streets is that he was arrested for an alleged 700 million naira financial misappropriation.
That's a lot.
And again, some people also say, well, reports rather also say, well, there is also another twist that the governor of the state, Dapo Abiodun, actually bribed the house with about a billion naira for them to approve his 100 billion naira supplementary budget for 2022. Whoa. And the interesting part is that we are in an election period, and we are hearing all these monies, arrests and everything. But the interesting thing to note is that before his arrest at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport, the anti-graft agency they invited him several times, but because he feels that he's above the law, like what we experience in our crimes, he has been ignoring the agency until yesterday when he was about to leave the country.
Whoa.
So, and the other part of it is that the Ogun State House of Assembly, which is an institution of its own, is being dragged into this mess that the legislators have literally suspended sitting just because the speaker is in EFCC net. The implication is that the people of Ogun State, we have to suffer a couple of days of zero legislative business simply because one man who happens to be the speaker, who happens to be a public officer that is to live above board, is being called upon to answer for some allegations leveled against him. And I think that we can't continue like this. And somebody said on Twitter yesterday that as usual, and we just hope that this one will not be as usual.
Well, according to reports, Senator Oluomo,
Right Honorable Oluomo,
yes, he was arrested because of forging signatures on assembly documents
of Obasanjo and all that.
Oh,
that he forged the signatures.
This is a very heinous crime.
Well, anyway, we can't conclude yet. It still was on
yes,
the
although we're going to just keep you all updated, definitely.
Whenever update comes up, whenever there's an official statement from the anti-graft agency or even from the office of the speaker, we'll revisit the subject.
Definitely, guys. You know, as usual, we'll always bring the latest updates to you. So just always come in at the right time so that you will get this gist as it's coming fresh and hot. So, you know, on to the next. See, I don't even know. Do I still want to give you guys this gist? So we have another particular gist. You know, we have Governor Ifeanyi Okowa talking to Peter Obi. You know, in a statement he made, he said the presidential aspirant for Labour Party, Peter Obi, should stop going through the church, the path of the churches, that it is not the right path.
Well, it's true. You see, I agree with Governor Okowa. The religious houses, churches, mosques, they are sacred places of worship. And people go there to worship their Maker, give thanks to God, and pray for themselves, their family, and also the society. In every church, you have people of different political parties, different political affiliation. They are not there for political business. They are there for worship. So it is unethical and immoral, in my opinion, for any presidential aspirant or candidate to turn the place house of worship to a house of campaign.
Yes.
What Governor Okowa is saying, to me, is not malicious. It's the truth. And he's saying that for the interest of Governor Obi, former Governor Obi, who is the candidate of the other party, Labour Party. And he said that, look, we can't turn these sacred places into... Okay, now look at it. Peter Obi goes to the church to campaign. The candidates of other parties still go to the same church. What time will the worshippers have to worship their Maker? And again, if you look at the INEC, the electoral guideline, all these things are discouraged. Even INEC the other time said, look, campaign has not started. Politicians should play by the rules. So I agree with Governor Okowa. And also people on social media during their comments, one said, well, that the pulpit is not the campaign ground. On social media, the other person on Facebook said, Peter Obi has right to campaign here, that he's a Christian. And of course, Governor Okowa is equally Christian.
These comments, you know, the people making these comments clearly do not know the rules in this, you know, in the campaign and all of this.
You will not blame them. You will not blame them because they are citizens. They have a right to their
freedom of speech, right?
Opinion. They have right to vote their choice candidates. Of course. But they may not be knowledgeable to the rules of the game. Politics is a game, and the players who are leaders in their own right in this country should play by the rules so as to ensure smooth electioneering process.
In Governor Okowa's words, he said the church should not be dragged into politics. And he also made an official statement. I'm just going to read that out now. Governor Okowa said, now you begin to look at what is going on. The Peter Obi factor is as if he is trying to go through the church and make it look as if he is driving the Christians into politics. I do not believe that the church should actively go into politics because that is not their calling. But people are just hanging on to anything they can reach out to, even to the detriment of their faith. I do not believe that is the right path to go, he said.
Okay. Now, Governor Okowa himself is a stakeholder in this election process. Is the running mate to the presidential candidate for AtikuLive, the candidate of the People's Democratic Party. So, and he himself is a Christian. If he wants to campaign in churches, he can do that. He's a governor. That has performed well, and he is somebody of high religious and moral standard. But he's saying that, look, despite all this, we should not turn the place of worship into place of campaign. Of course. The church, there's no polling unit inside the church. Of course. There is no campaign secretariat inside the church. So there is no campaign structure called the church. Politics is politics. Church is church. People go to church to worship their Maker. People play politics to elect, to bring out the best candidates who they believe will change the fortunes of this country and reach out to the electorate to elect these people as leaders during at the poll. So I think we have to distinguish. We should not drag the church with politics so that the church will not be ridiculed.
Yes.
I'm a Christian, and I respect the church. If I go to the church, the sacred place, I don't joke with the place of my own place of worship. So it's a serious business.
Of course.
God is supreme. He must be respected. God should not be dragged into politics. God is the creator and father of all. Well, he alone gives power, and he alone decides who is to give power. It's not for us to use his name to sell ourselves to the electorate.
Then it is very logical what Governor Oko has said.
Very logical.
Very logical, and also, like you said, it's also part of the rules. So I don't know whether this, the aspirant, Peter Obi, whether he's not seeing, like whether he hasn't come across, the rules of these things, because I'm seeing a lot of, like visits to church. He's not even the only one. He's not the only one I've come across so far, visiting the churches and all of that.
See, if you look at our political players in 2015, in fact, something is very interesting. With due respect to Governor Peter Obi, is very intelligent, very sound. He has ideas, and he has showed himself as a credible personality in this country. But again, to be very honest with you, Peter Obi is a devout Catholic. Throughout his stay as governor of Anambra State, never for once did he visit any Pentecostal church.
So
After leaving office as governor in March 2014, he did not worship in any Pentecostal church. Between that period and now, he never worshipped in Pentecostal churches. But why now?
Why now? That's the question.
Even why now? He has the right to worship, but does he have the right to campaign? You see, again, we have to distinguish this. Now, let's not recall that in 2015, the current government, who was the opposition candidate, people, they back then, they were all over churches in Redeem and everything. Well, especially Muhammadu Buhari was in Redeem Church. After ascending to power, he never visited the same church. He never visited any church. Before then, he never went to any church. So why should we be dragging the church into politics? Why? It is, to me, it shows that we don't respect. Not just the church, like
it's under religious houses. I think that's the term we should use, because it's definitely not just the church, not just the church.
Well, the context in this is the church, because we've not seen Governor Obi or any of the presidential candidates go to the mosque or a shrine or the shrines. Yes, because why I do question, because whether we like it or not, there are people that are adherent to African traditional religion.
Of course.
And they must also respect their freedom of worship, their right to worship and everything, and right to religion. But again, this context is the church, and the church should not be dragged. Like Reverend Kuka said, Bishop Kuka, the Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese of Catholic Church, he said, Peter Obi has been a governor. The other candidate of the ruling party has been a governor. His Excellency AtikuLive has been a vice president. That these people should campaign based on their track record. So rather than go to the church, why not come out and tell them what you have done, what you plan to do, so that the electorate can have an insight of what you will do. You see, this is why I respect the personality of His Excellency AtikuLive. He's a man that has been consistent. He's a man that has been consistent in his aspiration to lead this country. As presidential aspirant in 1993 under SDP, gubernatorial candidate of PDP in Adamawa State 1998, governor-elect 1998 rather, vice running mate to Obasanjo 1999, vice president between 1999 to 2007, presidential candidate of Action Congress in 2007, presidential candidate of PDP in 2019. Now, if you look at all this pattern, there's one consistency. He said his candidacy based on what? His principles as a person, his plans for the country, or for those he intends to serve, his antecedents in both the public and private sector.
Yes.
Understand? And also his message, his messaging. His messaging has always been unification of the country, restructuring, decentralization of the security architecture, advancement of women and youth in politics, and all this. Now, by the time you aggregate all this, you will see one that is interested in the welfare of the populace and the security of lives and property. Now, you see, but when you elect to campaign in churches or mosques or any religious house, you create a gulf of division between adherents of that faith and those that are believers of another faith.
Yes.
So you create the gulf of division. Now we should be talking of unity. Nigeria has not been divided until this time. Yes. We are so divided along religious and ethnic lines. So we should not use religion or ethnicity to campaign. We should actually use our plans, our programs, and everything to campaign. So I agree with Governor Kuba.
All right, guys, let's just go on a very short break, and we'll be right back with more interesting gists. Stay with us.
I believe in Atiku Abubakar's capacity and the presidency, because Atiku is one of the unifying factors that Nigeria needs now. If you look at the scenario of what is happening in Nigeria right now, you'll find out that Nigeria needs a unifier, somebody that can break the ties and able to stop these issues of insurgencies in every area of the country. I like Atiku Abubakar because he believes in human resource. He believes in raising men. You understand me? He believes in the youth. And also, he believes in one Nigeria. I believe in his fatherhood and his legacy that he had laid before with the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo. He worked perfectly, and at least in Nigeria as a whole, they are one of the best government under the support of Atiku Abubakar. So I believe in his candidacy, and I believe in his presidential aspirant for 2023. And I believe that he will do better.
As one, we can get it done.
Welcome back, guys. I know that felt like forever, but I'm right back. All right, so moving on, we have the birthday of Bishop Kukah. He celebrated his 70th birthday on the 31st of August. And guess who was in attendance?
Asiwaju Tinubu and other political juggernauts.
You know, the aspirant, the presidential aspirant, APC, Bola Tinubu. He made a statement. You know, let me just read out the statement. I'm just months older than you are. I am 72, that's 70 years too. But Bishop, you will help build not just the institution, but the greatness of a nation. You are building an institution in honor of your 70th birthday. You know, that's what he said.
Okay, well, I agree with Tinubu when he said Bishop Matthew Asankoka is building an institution. He's a man that has distinguished himself in the past, and he has been consistent in his contribution to nation building. But the trendy part in that speech is about Tinubu's age. Tinubu says he's a few months older than the respected bishop. Each time Tinubu's age is mentioned, there's always a buzz.
Thank you. That's what I've noticed. Yeah.
Now, you see, there is always there are different opinions as regards the true age of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Timac is who claimed to be his in-law in July. He said Tinubu is 86. Some say Tinubu is 87. Some say Tinubu is 89. Now, if you also look at the fact that Tinubu's supposed nephew, who is the governor of Osun State, who is supposed to be the son of Tinubu's elder sister, is in his 60s. And Tinubu is 70.
Forever young.
So you begin to wonder. And also, if you now factor the frayed look of Tinubu, you see a man that has, from his look, you see a man that has passed the 85 years mark. Because if you look at Charlie Boy, who is supposed to be 69, 70, look at Bishop Matthew Asankoka. So you start wondering.
Yeah, like,
really,
you know, I saw the video of Bishop Koka, and I saw the way he was really dancing and he could carry himself. And I'm like, whoa, this man is 70. And then, you know, I saw a comment under the video, and then the person said, the person said age is but a number, yes, right?
It was even
but how come? He said age is but a number. But in reality, what a 70-year-old can do with ease, an 87-year-old cannot. And then it leads me to wonder, who is the 87-year-old?
Of course.
Nigerians like to look for trouble. Who is the 87-year-old? Please.
You see, now Tinubu would have addressed this.
Yes.
If he had if he is not being secretive with his growing up. Like if you look at the record submitted with a field to INEC, no record of his primary school, secondary school. So you can't trace when he started his primary education.
You can't even approximate.
There's just this big gulf. The only thing you can know about Tinubu growing up is higher institution in the US. From there and everything. So you can't guess, and so far so good. We've not seen people coming out to say, look, Tinubu is my childhood friend.
Maybe he didn't keep friends as a child.
So are we saying that he lived in isolation?
It could be.
So it's funny, but whatever it is, if he say he's 70, after all, we've seen some footballers.
I mean,
that they will look 45, they say they are 21, and they are 26 years old, they are retiring from the game of football. So it's it's not a new thing. Yeah,
it's not. It's been happening.
It's been happening. So,
anyway.
But happy 70th birthday to Bishop Matthew Asan Kuka.
He looks so good.
We wish him long life and happiness.
Vitality, good health. He should keep aging with grace like this. Like, imagine you age so gracefully like that. Like at 70, you're still jumping, dancing buga.
And by the time when you see your cool 70-year-old dancing doing buga, and you being a 70-year-old, you are being supported to work.
Oh, so, come on. I thank God, like, there's good health. There's good health.
Thank God for the health of Asan Kuka, and I also thank God for the 70th age of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes, we wish him many more years. So, guys, let's just quickly run through, because we're almost out of time, but let's just quickly run through the case of Samuel Owolabi, a 25-year-old boy who was caught in Lagos State trying to sell his mother's car in these hard times of God. How bad? You want to kill the woman? So apparently, the police caught him, and he was literally about to exchange. Like, it was time for the transaction, and then the police apprehended him, and they asked questions, and they found out that, oh, this car is not his, and he told them that it's his mother's car. But then when they tried to get confirmation from the mother was in shock. My car, where what's going on? And then the mother had to come and get her car keys and everything back. As a mother, what will you do in that kind of situation? No, sorry, a man, but just imagine yourself as a woman.
I say, well, again, on a lighter note, his possessing his possession. Because it's unfortunate that you elect to sell his mother's automobile. Another thing is that we should also look at it from another angle.
Yeah.
Why do you take that step? Is it that he's frustrated? Is he out of frustration? Does he have a job? Is he employed? No, you see, when you have a population that are majorly unemployed or underemployed, you experience kind of thing, high rate of crime and everything, and it still boils down to the government.
It's funny when you say we are majorly unemployed, because if you check online for our unemployment rate, it stands at 9.7%.
Well, that's
so you're trying to tell me that about 81% of us are employed?
If you say 9.1, okay, let's assume that we just less than about 9% of Nigerians are unemployed. You are saying that in every Nigerian, 91 persons are employed. This is not backed by facts
at all.
You understand? So that figure, to me, I don't know the
parameters. Are they counting self-employed people too? Are they counting?
I don't know. But even if you count self-employed, a person that is self-employed is also employed. But again, if you say 9.1% or 9% of Nigerians are unemployed, you are trying saying that out of 100 Nigerians, 91 among them are employed.
Which I don't think like this is not a reasonable fact, because
now we should also find. I just hope this Owolabi of a guy is not a student.
There's no clear description on his life. There's no biography or anything.
There's no detail on what is on the Owolabi or his mother. So until that, but it's unfortunate.
It's quite unfortunate.
As parents, parents should try to ensure that their words are of good behavior, because the character displayed by a boy or a girl is a reflection of his own. So we should try to install discipline, and then the family is being the smallest unit of any society, should be the foundation of nation building. So we just hope that Owolabi is not only rebuked by the parents, but also taken care of by the law. Because what his crime, he has committed a crime. He has fallen short of the law, and he should answer for it. But I just hope he repents.
I hope so too.
I also hope other would-be Owolabis should learn from this.
Honestly.
And lead a good life and be good ambassadors to their family.
Me, I was already considering going to sell my father's land at this point, but since
well, if you say your father's land to sell, I will buy it.
No. Let me calm down. I don't want to be on the news for the wrong reasons. Alright, guys. It's been a very interesting time with you all, and I always hate it when it's time to go, but I have to go. We have to go. So just do well to follow. Like, share, subscribe, you know the things, and you know the drill. I don't need to tell you guys these things. I remain your favorite host, Sarah, and signing out. Stop doing that, it's so local. Signing out.